What's going on, people? Welcome back to the One United podcast. What's going on, Bambz?
Good, man. Good. I'm not watching United, so my heart rate is like back to normal levels. So
It's not good for the heart watching United these days, man.
it's terrible for the heart. It's terrible.
We got too much to talk about. Too much to say. But I guess we want to talk about the manager, the players, Ineos, and there's a few days to go to the end of the transfer window. So we want to talk about what a good end to the transfer window looks like, given what's gone on so far and all the different parts that are moving. But I guess there's only one place to start, and that's Ruben Amorim, the manager. What do you feel about this manager, Babs? Because he's been there now for 6 months. He's had 4 players come in, and obviously Diego Leon the fifth, but I'm not counting him because he's not in the team. He's had some players come in. He's been backed, and we've now had 3 Premier League games, the last one being Burnley, and obviously the Grimsby result. What's your take on him and what he's trying to do? Is it working, man?
I mean, if we go purely by results, no.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If we dig a little deeper and we say, okay, are we playing well at least? Actually, I would say so far, bar the disaster game against Grimsby Town, forget that. Apart from that, we're playing well.
Right.
Okay? Against Arsenal, we played well.
Yeah.
Again, it was a goalkeeper that messed that up.
Yeah.
Against Burnley yesterday, we did play well. We just couldn't score for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And again, there was a goalkeeper mess up. So overall, I mean, there's a much, much better style of play compared to last year.
You think so?
I think so, yeah.
You think we've improved?
I think the style of play, the football has improved. But for some reason, maybe it's a mentality thing, maybe it's a confidence thing. I don't know what it is. We just can't seem to score.
But aren't you bored of this mentality argument? Aren't you bored of this whole, they don't have the stomach for it and they haven't got the this for it and the that for it? How long are we going to be listening to this mentality thing? We've now gotten rid of the Insta-famous players that we said were dragging this team down with their bad mentality. We've got rid of the Rashfords, we've got rid of the Lingards, we've got rid of the Sanchos. We've now gotten rid of Anthony. Well, that remains to be seen, actually. We've gotten rid of these players who were supposedly not got the stuff for it, you know? But we still seem to be talking about players with a lack of mentality. Why are we doing this? Why is this still happening? Why can't these players just figure it out? Why can't they just figure it out?
That's $1 million question, isn't it?
Why can't they just do it?
And the thing is, it's not like it's the same players. We've replaced the team pretty much over the last 2 years, right? So I don't know.
Okay, just to keep it on the manager. The Grimsby result.
Yeah.
Do you think that a squad or a team of 11 Man United players need to be coached through a Grimsby game? Is this on the manager?
No, man. Come on. I mean, they're professional Premier League footballers. They should be able to go out there and beat a 4th division team, no matter who the manager is.
Should a Man United team with no manager be able to, no one on the bench, just rock up?
Like if we show up.
But it's not us. It's Manchester United players who are on 300 grand a week, some of them.
No, if we show up as the manager.
Right, like as if we show up as the manager. Yeah, okay. But so if these people show up at Grimsby, shouldn't they win, even without any tactical coaching on the day? Should they not win?
Dude, we should be able to go there as fans and be like, you know what, your manager's like sick and they've done a raffle and we've won the raffle and we get to coach you for the day
and still win.
Still win. This is the starting 11. This is the substitutes. Go out there, play, and let's see what happens. Yeah, they should win. Yeah,
they've embarrassed themselves. They embarrassed themselves that day, and they remembered in the last 20 minutes of the game that it dawned on them that they are going to lose to a bunch of plumbers and electricians and taxi drivers, right?
But when you say it's the players, right? Like, which players specifically? Because the team has been replaced, as we mentioned before. It's a whole new starting 11. If we go back 3 years ago, who's still there from three?
Look, man,
maybe Dallo.
I think that there's a few really, really weak links. So the manager is doing what he can to get rid of players that even we wanted gone, to be honest. Like, I, for one, am happy that Rashford is out of the team.
Yeah, same.
I'm also happy that Anthony is gone. I'm happy that Sancho has been ostracized. I'm happy that he's slowly starting to weed these guys. But there are still some weak links in this team that I cannot stand seeing play for Man United.
For example?
Onana,
Right.
Ugarte, Dallo. These people, they shouldn't be at Man United. I'm sorry. I don't think that they should. And but you should still be able to beat Grimsby, for crying out loud. Do you know what I mean? Even with me as a manager or you as a manager. Okay. And so he is trying to morph the team into what his vision is and what he thinks how we should be playing. But I would say that he's walking a tightrope, man. He's treading on thin ice. I don't think he's going to be given as much flexibility as people think. I know Ineos have come out and backed him, but the reality of the situation is I think he'll be given 10 games. We shouldn't be scraping past Burnley, man. It shouldn't be 3-2. It shouldn't be a 97th minute 3-2 win against Burnley. And if this continues, I think that he won't survive past Christmas, to be honest with you. I don't think he will.
So we're going to go back to the whole, we've spent 200 million on another manager. We spent God knows how much before that with Ten Hag. So
But
you've got a squad that's a mix of, again, that's the problem. So has anything really changed then if we do end up sacking him?
But man, the reality is, right, and we are going to talk about Ineos later on, but keeping in the context of the manager, they can't risk another season like we can't have another 15th, 14th. Do you know what I mean? Like, where they're dragging the Manchester United name literally through the mud. Like, Real Madrid would never accept 15th. No. Bayern Munich would never accept 14th, let alone doing this 2 seasons on the spin. And, okay, we've lost to Arsenal, drawn away against Fulham, and scraped the win against Burnley. We've got 4 points from the first 3 games, which is average. But the reality is, if we're scraping wins past Burnley at Old Trafford, it doesn't feel good. Like, it doesn't sound like this is positive.
No, like yesterday when I was watching the game, and it was 2-2, and I was thinking, it doesn't matter what happens from here. We might lose, we might draw, we might win. I feel like we've already lost. Because I haven't sat down to watch us play and enjoyed it, basically. When's the last time we watched us play and we've been comfortable? We've been like 2-0 up, 3-0, and then we're just chilling.
Yeah.
I can't remember that the last time. Literally can't remember.
I don't know. It's probably the last time that happened was against in the semi-final of the Europa when was it Bilbao got a red and we were 3-0 up and we were 3-0 up. Yeah. But that was like they got a red card and we got a penalty and we were 2-0 up and that just happened.
But it's very rare.
But it's very rare.
Yeah.
It's very rare. And you wonder when this will kick in with Ruben Amorim, because he gave us the whole, the storm is coming, and then he gave us the whole, good times are coming. And, as fans, I guess it's really hard to be patient because you watch your team, you're passionate about your team, you want them to always win, but then they do something stupid like against Fulham where Dallo tries to do a little flick or the trick, whatever he does, and they nip it off him, and then De Ligt doesn't follow the guy, and Shaw's in dreamland. And we concede, and all of Lenny Yoro's hard work has been undone. And I guess that's a good segue into talking about the players. But just wrapping up on Amorim before we do that, what do you think of the guy? Do you think he's he's going to make it? Do you think he's the guy?
You know, it's like one of the first times, but I really don't know. I like the guy he's a stand-up guy. Like, he's honest with the media. Everything he says makes sense. You can buy into him, right, as a person. As a manager, I don't know. I can see what he's trying to do. I can see it. I never liked the 3 at the back system, but you know, it was never our style of play.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's what you know, Ineos, which we'll talk about later. They decided to go down that route, right? So I can't blame the guy that he's come in and he's playing this system.
Yeah.
You can't blame him because that's what the hierarchy decided. Like, we're going to go and do that.
I really like what you said. You can buy into the guy, but the results just are not there.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I stand as well. I actually really like him. For a guy who's not done well, because let's face it, he's not done well. I bet you any money he's got a worse points to game record than Rangnick and Moyes and all of them.
Yeah.
It's got to be the worst. He's the worst manager we've ever seen. He's the worst manager we've ever seen at Manchester United. But somehow I like him. But I don't know if it's going to work. Really, I don't know if it's going to work because it just goes against the DNA of Manchester United and the way the Premier League is. But, you know, sometimes things need to change. Will he be a success? I really don't know. But what I do think is that the next 10 games are crunch time for him. It's squeaky bum time for this guy now. He is on a tightrope. And if the next 10 games are Burnley, he's done. I think he's done.
You think so?
Yeah. I really do think so. But the people that are not making his life easy are the players. Right? The players. Let's talk about the players, man. What's your take on what you've seen in the first 4 games of the season? New guys coming in, old people still being there. What's your take on how these guys are performing?
Just to talk about something, or we got to do with the players, but in the group chat that we're in, right?
Yeah.
The screenshot.
Yeah. What of Sean Dyche?
No. The Gallo sent it.
Yeah.
In the screenshot, the FIFA rankings.
Oh yeah.
Players, right?
Yeah.
Was it 80 rated, 79 rated, and it was like grim reading, quite frankly, because maybe they're just not that good. Like, we grew up with, you know, Giggs, Scholes, Beckham, Keane.
Yeah.
You know, players that were like up here.
Players that were world class.
Yeah, they're just not world class players. They're just average
players.
Footballers.
Average footballers. On big money.
We, for some reason, expect them to be world class, but they're just not. The goalkeeper, I don't know whose decision it was to get rid of De Gea and bring Onana in and spend 50 million to do that. I think everyone can agree that's terrible. Like, one of the worst decisions we've made. I think the whole fan base is on board with that. So we don't need to talk about Onana, right? We know.
Do you think he's the worst goalkeeper Man United have ever had?
He's up there.
He's up there with Taibi.
Remember Taibi? He made like 2 mistakes and then they just chucked him away, right?
Yeah. Do you think he's worse than Taibi?
Well, he's made more mistakes than Taibi.
Do you think he's worse than Barthez?
Yes.
Do you think he's worse than Bosnich?
Yes.
He's the worst Man United goalkeeper ever.
Yeah.
And the problem is that you try to bring your other goalkeeper in, right, by India, and he's worse. I don't know how they manage it. Every game you switch them and one tries to outdo the other with the mistakes. Yeah. Like, it's a
problem.
You cannot build a team like this.
And I think we're seeing what a big difference like a steady goalkeeper makes. We're seeing it. Like, it's unbelievable, and what an impact a shit goalie can have on your team. Yeah,
it's there for everyone to see. I think just the foundation of the team is the goalkeeper, and when your goalkeeper and his hands are made of wet sand, it just fizzles through the team. This stress and anxiety. Every cross, you feel like a sense of doom just coming over you because he's not going to catch it, or it's going to slip, or he's going to fall over and he's going to flap at it, or he's going to do something stupid that's going to cost us to concede. Like this Arsenal goal. Like, come on, man. All right, he pushed him a little bit, but be strong, be strong. Be there. Push him back.
Yeah.
Don't let him bully you.
It's not just that. There was, even against Fulham, there was multiple occasions we didn't concede somehow, where he just flapped at the ball, he missed it. Every time they got a corner, we were just worried that we were going to concede, basically.
And, okay, we shouldn't have let the cross in, or we shouldn't have let him shoot, but people are going to shoot. People are going to shoot at the goal, right? They're going to try and score a goal. So when they do, the goalkeeper needs to be there, accountable, strong, ready. How are these people scouting these goalkeepers? Or is it that they come to Man United and because it's so big and the spotlight is so huge, they just crumble?
Yeah, it could be.
They just crumble. So then there needs to be a proper assessment of the character of the player before they come in. And, I don't know, man. There's chat about a new goalkeeper, but what do you think of the defence?
I like the defence. I think there's weak links, as you mentioned before. I think Dalot's had his chances, and I don't think he's a starter. I can't. The main guy. He's good sometimes, and then other times he's terrible. Yesterday against Burnley, if you saw the goals, there was like a mix-up between him and De Ligt. They weren't sure who should go out to block the cross. Anyway, they had a free cross with no pressure at all. So that's on the defence for sure. But then he went up on the other end and immediately made an assist. So he's just too inconsistent for me. I don't think he's the guy.
I'm done with him, man. I can't do this anymore. We've tried with this guy. How many years have we been trying for this guy? Since Mourinho was here, we got him. It feels like he's been here 10 years and he's like another Lingard.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for it to happen. We're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And he's going to do a mistake, and then he's going to do he's not like a dead player, right? But he's got enough inconsistency and mistakes in him to make me not want to see him in a Man United team anymore.
I think he's average. Basically.
He's average, man. He's average. He's a Villa player. He's this kind of thing.
Exactly. He tries.
He's not a Champions League winning player. You know what I mean? He's not that guy. And to be honest with you, last year I was shitting on Dorgu a lot to you. He's not it. But within 6 months, I've actually seen such a drastic improvement in Dorgu. To the extent that I feel if Dorgu can continue this trajectory of improvement that he's on, he could be serious.
Okay.
I actually think that he could be serious. Even though, I'm happy to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
But Dalot's done.
Yeah.
Dalot, enough of this guy. Enough. I've had enough of him putting his hand up and saying, it's my fault. Enough.
Yeah, he hasn't grown as a player.
No, enough.
But, if you go through the back line, De Ligt I like a lot.
Yeah, I think
it's a good signing.
I like De Ligt. Solid. Underrated. He's underrated, I think, De Ligt.
And Euro I think he's great, man.
Euro's the jewel.
Yeah, and he's young. He's improving. I think he could reach that world-class level, definitely.
Was it against Fulham he did that tackle? That the guy was clean through and he just comes from behind him and he just gives him this incredible, almost like throwback Italian centre-back tackle where he comes from behind and just cleans him out. But he gets the ball. It's beautiful. And then he goes up the other end and scores the header as well. Yeah. Euro's going to be a good player for us, man. And I actually hope that him and Aiden Heaven can strike up some... Whether this 3-4-3 formation is the one for us, I'd like to see Euro and Heaven be the future centre-backs for Manchester United. I actually rate Heaven a lot as well. I think
it's a great signing. If
he can stay injury-free, we've done a job on Arsenal getting him. Really, we have.
Yeah.
There's a forgotten man, Martinez, somewhere in the ether. Yeah. This guy used to be a good player. What happened to him? He's all right now, isn't he? He's free of injury now.
Dude, I don't know.
Where is this guy?
I don't know.
Or is this another outcast bomb squad addition?
We haven't heard much about him, have we? There's been no reports around his fitness, whether he's been frozen out or anything. So, I don't know.
We get to the midfield.
What midfield?
Do you think that if he actually had three in the middle, we'd be all right? with
Three
the
what?
midfield.
What?
3 midfielders rather than this 3-4-3 where there's 2 midfielders and he's got a shoehorn. He's got shoehorn Bruno, who's just not that guy. Bruno, I don't think he should be there, man.
If you played 3 central midfielders.
I think Bruno is a 10. Bruno is that attacking midfielder who needs the license to go forward. I really do believe this. And if I'm going to use a comparison, Bruno is not Pirlo, right? He's not the Pirlo. He's the Kaká of that team, Bruno. It's like trying to play Kaká in the Pirlo position. He's not going to be the same guy. And I think he's suffering there. The team is suffering. And you're asking, I love Casemiro. I actually think he's quality, but you can't ask him to do the Kante role. Like,
Yeah.
because Bruno's not going to be there half the time. So your midfield is Bruno, Casemiro, Ugarte, and Kobe, who's being shunned to the side by Amorim. And I don't get it when we have such a talent. All right, let him grow, let him do all this. Yeah, fine, that's fine. But is Ugarte really a better player?
Well, I don't rate Ugarte. I haven't
No.
seen anything special.
I don't rate
I think
Ugarte
he's
either.
just a Temu version of Herrera, basically.
Yeah, he's a. Who was that Arsenal player? The Uruguayan guy, Torreira. Is that who it was? Some random guy. This is what Ugarte feels like. Some random guy
Yeah.
who showed up, who I don't know what he does. Runs around a lot. What
Fouls
does he do?
a lot, basically.
He fouls a
Fouls
lot.
everyone, basically.
He fouls everyone. He goes around fouling people. But you need more to be a Manchester United player. And this is one of those Ineos signings where I wonder what was behind this particular signing.
Look, they're not going to get all signings right, are they?
No.
So let's give them some credit. I mean, most of them so far, I think, they've been quite good signings so far. But I think they got it wrong, definitely.
With Ugarte, I think they got it wrong. You're right, actually. The signings that they've made, they've mostly been good, actually, for the team. But this one, the Ugarte one, I think that was an error. I think Luis Enrique knew what he was doing, selling him to us for
sure.
40, 50 million, whatever. And look, Ugarte is not old. He's young. He could prove us wrong, but I don't see it. I don't see it with Ugarte. And
well, obviously the manager doesn't see it either because he's not playing him, is he? He's playing Bruno there.
No, but I think
And Bruno's not.
he's
not
shoehorning Bruno in there because.
yeah, that's how much he doesn't rate him, right? He's playing Bruno there instead of.
But Bruno's his captain, and he's just signed Cunha and Mbumo.
Yeah, but he's.
What's
playing,
he gonna do?
He's playing
Put him on the
Mount.
bench?
No, he could not play Mount, isn't it?
But Mount's playing in the false 9, isn't he?
He's playing in one of the 10 positions.
I guess they all rotate and move around and stuff, and he tries to do this fluid thing. He loves Mount, by the way.
Yeah, he does. He does.
He really likes
Yeah.
Mount. I'm not sold on Mount, man. I'm not sold on Mount. Like, is Mount really our number 7? Manchester United number 7?
He's not a 7, but I think he's quite good. He's just injured all the time.
I don't know. He's injured again now.
Yeah, he's always injured, basically.
He's always, I don't know. I want to see Šeško up there to see if he's really the guy or not, because I have my concerns about him, to be honest with you. I'm not sure he's who everyone thinks he's going to be. I have my reservations.
So we're done with the midfield. pretty much. Is there anyone else you want to cover? Are we talking about new signings, by the way, or
Yeah, we are.
as well? Yeah,
Yeah. And
Mainu.
Mainu, man.
We need to talk about
I've spent
Mainu.
2 more minutes on Mainu
Yeah,
because
just quickly, yeah.
I think he's the most talented youngster in the squad, and I think it'd be criminal to let him go. But I do think equally that he's a kid, right? He's 20 years old, and he needs to remain calm. He needs to remain calm, and he needs to understand that Scholes wasn't in the team until he was like 21, 22. You know what I mean? Like,
It's a good point, actually.
these things
Yeah.
take time. Everyone needs
point.
to relax a little bit. Kobe just burst onto the scene, had an incredible England, little thing. He did really well in the England team, and he tried to ride this wave of I'm just gonna go up and up and up. But it's not always like that. Young players have ups and downs, and what we can't do is let him go.
Yeah. Also, I'm not against Amorim not putting him in as the main midfielder, to be honest, because there's a lot of pressure. Maybe he doesn't want to put that pressure on a 20-year-old to be the main midfielder.
So I hear that. That's fine. But what I don't like seeing is when we're struggling against Fulham, right? And there's 20 minutes to go. Don't do 3 centre-back substitutions.
Yeah, fair.
And don't substitute Casemiro for Ugarte. Substitute Casemiro for Mainu because we need a bit of control in the midfield and we need a bit of creativity and someone who can carry the ball. This is what I don't like seeing. Like, okay, don't start the guy, but bring him on because he can give you more than Ugarte and more than bringing on Maguire for De Ligt. I don't know, that's what I think. Okay. It annoys me to see him not utilize Mainu, who we know has this talent. We know he can. He's done it. He did it against Lyon. He did it against Wolves. He's got this tight space control capability. But yeah, that's my little rant on. That's my little rant on Mainu.
Okay, that's good.
Up front.
That's good. Up front. Well, up front we've got a whole new front line now, haven't we? With Cunha, Buemo, and is it Sesko or Shesko? I feel weird saying Sheshko.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he says it Sheshko, so I'm just going with that.
We have to say that, right? But it just feels weird on the tongue. But yeah, okay. So Buemo, it's good. It's good signing, man. Like yesterday, he did this little control thing where he received this like long ball from Bruno. Like the way he took it down and took the shot was amazing.
How much better is it seeing that guy on our right wing than Anthony?
Yeah.
Oh God!
Huge difference.
So much better.
Yeah. And Cunha's good as well, man. I like Cunha.
Yeah, Cunha's that. He's got that that vibe about him, doesn't he? That he's gonna come in and boss things.
Yeah.
And just take control, and he's not gonna take any shit. And he's always on top of the other players when they're trying to waste time. He knows the dark arts.
He's got the shithousery.
Yeah, he's got it in him, and I like that a lot. And there was this play, was it against Fulham again, or was it, I can't remember now.
Was it Arsenal when he did that backflip and he spun?
Yeah, that was incredible as well. But it was this one, I think it was against Fulham where Bayern literally...
Oh yeah, when he took it down.
Sends it, and he just, control, bomb. And you're like, wow, this is incredible. That reminded me of a goal Sheringham scored, or Solskjaer scored actually. That was very much like that. Raymond van der Hauw, for those that remember, sent a ball over against Bordeaux in like 2000 or something, and Solskjaer just takes it on, bam, scores it, and it was brilliant. And that reminded me, I'm like, wow, if we get Cunha at Solskjaer quality, this is going to be great. But I like those signings, man. Yeah, I like those signings.
Yeah. They've basically replaced Rashford and Garnacho, right?
Yeah.
And they're not as selfish as them.
Yeah.
They're more team players. Yeah. Yesterday with, again, Burnley, when Buemo was almost 1-1 and he squared it to
Ahmad.
Ahmad, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great move. So it's that team, and they're going to need some time to gel with each other as well. We mustn't forget that. Sheshko, I haven't seen much.
He's trying to ease him in, isn't he? That's what he said. He's trying to ease him in. He hasn't had a pre-season, supposedly. Don't buy it.
I'm a bit concerned with that signing because if he's no different to Højlund, if he's just another Højlund, then we could have just kept Højlund and spent that money on the midfielder.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
That concerns me a bit.
I agree.
But it's still early days, so we can't really pass judgment.
I actually, if it was up to me, would have kept Højlund. I would have kept him on the bench. And I would tell him, you're behind Xerxes, who, by the way, I rate Joshua Xerxes, mate. He is a difference maker. He is a player he's a different player. He's different to what we have. He's this weirdly slow dude that just glides somehow. And he gets the ball, takes it. Brilliant touch, and just control and body movement. He's able to go with it somehow and carry the ball. Great ball control, and he's got a lovely little weighted pass on him as well. Like when he released it,
He's a five-a-side player. You'd love to have him.
Bro, I like him. Yeah. I would play him. Yeah, Why don't you play him? Play him as the false 9 with Cunha and Mbumo on either side and see what happens there.
Yeah.
I would love that. I think that would work.
I think just generally, as an overall thing, to wrap it up as well, like the vibe, like we're getting excited now talking about the forwards, right?
Yeah.
And we were a bit dead talking about the midfield.
Yeah.
And the defense we were like okay with.
Yeah.
So it's clear where the gaps are, right? So there's a midfield gap, there's a goalkeeper obviously gap, but there is a direction, I would say. Like you can see what's missing.
Yeah.
You can see a team kind of forming. It's forming,
but it's incomplete.
It's incomplete and it's inconsistent. Still,
the
for
team
some
is incomplete.
goddamn reason, it's still inconsistent.
The team is incomplete, and will a midfielder solve the problem? I think a goalkeeper will go. If you ask me, should we sign a midfielder or a goalkeeper? You get one.
Mm-hmm.
I would go for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, same.
I would go for the goalkeeper because it all starts there. It all starts there. Like,
if we had a decent goalkeeper, we would have drawn at least to Arsenal.
yeah.
Maybe Fulham would have been the same result, actually. And we would have beat Grimsby. And we should have, and we would have beaten Burnley more comfortably.
It's funny how you could say that the Arsenal result was because of no goalkeeper, and the Fulham result was because of no midfielder. You could say this,
Yeah.
because, I mean, it's easy to say that, right? I mean, there's someone like Amorim would sit down and analyze it for 2 hours of why we lost and all that thing. But Bayern flaps it against Arsenal, and Bruno doesn't track Smith Rowe for the goal. And so if you had, we like to think Baleba's like the second coming of Jesus Christ, but is he really going to save this team? Is Baleba really all that this team needs? I don't think so, by the way. I think that this team needs a Baleba Wharton type of player and a Tonali, a brain, like a De Jong type player next to him that can run and do the pass. Bruno would ideally be that guy, but he's just not him, unfortunately. He's not that Modric guy, you know?
Yeah, he's
the
not.
brain, the heartbeat, the Carrick, that type of player who can...
The maestro.
The maestro, right? The true brain of the team.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think a Baleba or a Wharton will need someone like that.
2 players.
I think we need 2.
Players,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think we need 2. I think that midfield needs to transform. But goalkeeper, transfer window.
Yeah. Ineos, generally, yeah.
Donnarumma, on the market. I read today that they're going back in for Martinez, the Villa goalkeeper.
Yep.
They got this Le Mans
I don't
guy.
like Martinez, by the way. But anyway, yeah, keep going.
I think Martinez is better than Onana, man.
He's a dick.
He is, but we need one, man. We need someone who's going to just go in there and grab
he just
across.
annoys me,
And
man. And I don't know if I could...
he's one of those players that he annoys you because he's not on your team.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
probably, yeah.
Amy Martinez annoys you because he's not on your team. He's a douche, we know. Okay, he is. But if he's on your team, he's the kind of douche that you want on your team.
Probably, yeah, probably.
I'd take Martinez, man. Over Onana? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding?
You'd take anyone over what we have now.
Would you take the hair back?
Yes.
Mate, how? Oh, I'd take him back.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
No, I wouldn't take him back.
You wouldn't take him back.
No, we got to move on. If that's all we got, I'd take him back. If that's all that's left, I would take Donnarumma. I think that, I mean, if Donnarumma is available and they're not breaking the bank for him.
But isn't that just another old type signing, right? We're going for the headline, the big name, the big money. You know, give him
do you know how
300 grand a week.
No. If he wants 300 grand a week, forget it. If he wants to
but
come...
that's what I mean, if it's...
I think they have a profile. Okay, let's talk about Ineos. They have the profile now, right? They're not breaking the bank like spending 150 million on a player and then 300 grand a week. They're not doing the Sancho thing.
Yeah.
They're not doing this Ronaldo thing. So if Donnarumma is coming over and being, I want 300 grand to play for you, then they're going to say no. And if that's what City are willing to pay him, then so be it. But if he's willing to come to Man United and not ask for extortionate wages, I'll take Donnarumma in a heartbeat, mate. Isn't he like 26, 27 years old? He's young for a goalkeeper.
But I think he is asking for that crazy wage. And so
if he's asking for the crazy wage, then fine, man.
So
Ineos will stick to their policy
exactly.
of signing young, committed, reasonable players in terms of their price and salary demands. And, you know, like, you can see the type of signing that they're doing, right? Who have they signed so far this year? Cunha, young, quality, resale value. Same with Mbumo, same with Šeško. And now there's talk of Baleba, obviously, that I don't think is going to happen because Brighton... And how the hell do we get into a situation where everyone's saying Man United are talking to Baleba's agents, Man United are talking to Baleba's agents, they've agreed everything with Baleba's agents, now they're going to talk to Brighton. Now you're going to talk to Brighton. Why are you doing this in the first place? Why are you even speaking to Baleba in the first place? I don't buy this story.
Just to see if he wants
Bambz.
to join.
No. I don't buy it.
No.
I don't buy it. Do you really talk to a player
I think so.
so publicly? You know this already that he wants to.
Maybe not publicly.
Do you want to come to Man United? Yes. That's the end of the conversation.
Okay, maybe not
Why are you
publicly.
agreeing terms and imaginary contracts? You kidding me?
I think part of it is so that next year when they probably go in again, most of the work is already done. So then it's going to be a quick signing.
Something doesn't sound right to me. I don't think, unless you have a certain degree of certainty that you're going to sign this player, why are you agreeing personal terms with him? I feel like they'll sign him.
You think so?
I feel like they'll sign him.
I don't think so.
If not now,
next summer.
maybe even in January.
Possibly.
Maybe even in January they'll sign him. I wondered I actually think the conversation with Brighton was, we've agreed personal terms with him. We know you want 100 million, but we want to loan him and then buy him. And Brighton probably said no. Buy him now. I think something like that might have happened.
Could be.
I think something like that might have happened. So we've made good buys.
Yeah.
What do you think of Ineos' whole thing this summer with the selling and the structure?
Right. So with the selling, I'm going to cut them some slack with that. Okay. Because the players they're trying to sell, they're not players that they bought. So they're difficult to sell because of their stupid contract. And that's the fault of Woodward and his...
I understand that for Rashford. I understand it for Sancho. And I understand it for Anthony. I do.
Yes.
What I don't understand is how Alejandro Garnacho, who is on 80 grand a week, 90 grand a week, has got the potential to be one of the best players in the world. And he does have the potential to be one of the best players in the world if he sorts his attitude right, which is a big if. Because his attitude is where the problems all lie.
Yeah, but that's the reason they couldn't sell him for more, probably, I think.
But how can...
Don't tell me about Chelsea.
No, I'm sorry. How can Chelsea
don't
sell
go there, man, please.
shite Nicholas Jackson to Bayern Munich for a 15 million loan fee and an 80 million euro obligation to buy? How are they selling Felix the flop? Floppy Felix.
I don't want to talk about Chelsea. They get on my nerves. They piss me off.
For 53 million.
I don't know what dirt Ted Bowley has and all the directors.
Madueke.
But he's blackmailing them. I'm convinced he's either blackmailing them or he's connected to the mob or he's doing something weird and he's getting these players to sell that.
Bambz. It worries me that they still
we can't compare ourselves to Chelsea, is what I'm saying.
We still have noobs in there. We still have people that don't really know what they're doing on the selling side, at least. It appears like they kind of know what they're doing now with the buys, but they don't know what they're doing still with the selling.
Dude, I'm going to judge them when they want to sell players that they bought. That's when I'll judge them.
Okay, man, but but Rasmus Højlund, okay.
Yeah.
If they manage to get 50 million for him, I think that's a good sell.
50.
Yeah, 50.
I think they agreed, 45?
Something like that with Napoli. Close to 50.
Yeah.
50 million pounds-ish.
Yeah.
I think that's a good sell if it happens.
It
But
should
this-
happen because it's an obligation. If they qualify for
This
Champions
Anthony fiasco, what they're going to do, they're selling half of him to Betis, and then when they sell him on, if they sell him on, they get 50% sell on. It's ridiculous. Just get rid of him, man. Get rid of this guy. So why do the players get to dictate where they're going? I remember Ferguson would walk in and be like, "You're being sold to Inter Milan. Pack your bags, Paul Ince. Get out. Yap Stam, you're being sold to Lazio. Get out now." It's over. It's over. You're being sold. The club will tell you where to go. Why is Garnacho saying Chelsea or nothing? Get lost, mate. Chelsea or nothing. Sit on the bench for a year. 3 years. I'm sorry, mate. I don't get this player power thing. You're being sold by Man United. You will go where we tell you to go for the amount that we want. And otherwise, you're not going. You're going to play for Man United.
I mean, if we had them, it's basically because we needed the money, right? That's why they put themselves in that position.
Did we need the money?
They must have. No
Did
Champions
we
League.
need the money? I don't think we needed the money.
For Garnacho.
If we needed money, Ineos would have cashed in on Bruno. If we needed money.
Okay.
I think Ineos have transformed the business. They've made it a lean business. They've gotten rid of a lot of the fat around the organization. They're now focusing more on data. They brought in the McLaren guy or the Mercedes guy, I can't remember now, to focus on data. They're signing a profile of player, young, with resale value for a reasonable price and reasonable wages. And I think what they're doing also, which I really hope is true, I don't know for a fact, is they're making sure the players that want to come to United want to come to United.
Yes.
That they want to be here and bleed for the shirt. And hopefully, eventually, this mentality chat will go away because it will seep through the team. This, I want to be at Man United.
Yeah. So overall, quite positive then, right? We would say. In general.
I think it's positive. I think there's work to be done on how they go about selling players. Like they should look at what Chelsea are doing, man. Like they should see
I
this.
just want to shadow.
Like,
I want to be a fly
I'm sorry.
on the wall of Todd Bowley's wall.
How is
See
this?
what he's doing.
How is this Dangle Ouattara guy getting sold for 45? I mean, if you take the amount of players that got sold for 50 million,
Their net spend is like nothing, by the way. This year.
I just can't
Crazy.
get.
It's unbelievable what they're doing.
Yeah. But look, the reality is we've had a very, very average start to a season. I think it's a bit of... I never bought into this whole, the vibes are great and we're feeling all like a family and it's amazing and I've never been in a squad that's got this vibe. All this propaganda that they give us at the during the tours and the preseason.
Yeah.
No. Until I see the first game of the season or the first 5 games, it feels like the team is incomplete. It feels like the team is still catching up. I feel like they're not fit. Actually, I don't think they're fully fit yet. It'll be really interesting to see what happens over the next few games, and I hope Amorim can do it, man. I really do.
Yeah, me too.
We got some big games coming up. And funnily enough, we play better in the big games. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, man. I'm more excited after yesterday's game for the season. In the beginning, I was excited, and then it kind of died down a bit, and then ups and downs. But let's see what happens.
Let's hope they have a good end to the transfer window. They need a goalkeeper, at least a goalkeeper. And if there's a surprise in there with a midfielder as well, it'll go a long way to stopping us from finishing 15th or 10th. We shouldn't be talking like this as Man United. We should be always at the top. Always. But without these signings, without a few more, we could be looking at 10s and 8s and 7s and finishing in these low positions, which we really don't want to see. But anyway.
Should we end it there?
Let's do it.
All right, man.
Nice one.
Good chat.